49ers are in free fall. 2 straight losses, a 5-6 record, and a team riddled with injuries. Green Bay embarrassed them last week, and now they head into a snowstorm in Buffalo to face one of the NFL's best. Coaching decisions are under fire, the injury list keeps growing, and questions about this team's transparency are louder than ever. Is this the beginning of the end for the San Francisco 49ers season, or can they still salvage something before it's too late? Let's break it all down. If there's a problem, we'll talk about it. If there's greatness, we will celebrate it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 49 Problems.
Yeah, this is Kyle Shanahan. You are now tuning into the 49 Problems, where these two guys try to act like they know more than me. All they do is talk shit. 100% unfiltered, cut fan reactions. Here to talk about all the drama. And now your hosts, Kyle J. Vigil and Ray J. Garcia. Assholes.
We are the assholes.
Wouldn't it be hostess?
The hostesses? Hostesses? Those are Twinkies.
Wouldn't it be hosts?
Those are
plural. It just says, here's your host.
Here's your hosts.
I think Shanahan knows what he's saying.
He's illiterate. He should have never been hired in the first place, bro. Going back to 2017, after that Super Bowl loss by the Atlanta Falcons, when the 49ers were in first discussions to hire, I always remember, bro, there's two coaches they were in discussion to hire. It was Kyle Shanahan and Josh McDaniels. At the beginning of the show, I got a quick little break. I just got told I need to call somebody real quick, so I will pause. Anyways, as I was saying, back to 2017, they were in discussion to hire Kyle Shanahan or Josh McDaniels. And I, believe it or not, was a Josh McDaniels supporter. I remember being like, dude, why are we going to hire the guy that lost the Super Bowl? You know, full circle, here we are in 2024. The 49ers are sitting at 5-6. Kyle Shanahan, depending on who you talk to, is or isn't on the hot seat. If you ask Ray J. Garcia, he should be on the hot seat. We are about to face off against the Buffalo Bills. We are recording this on Sunday, December 1st. Got about a half hour before the game, before kickoff. Any news going into this game, Ray? Anything we should be aware of coming off of this terrible loss last week that we knew we didn't stand a chance with Brandon Allen at quarterback?
A lot of people seem to think we have hope. We have a shot to win this game. They got some hurt players. I think their wide receivers are not sure. Yeah.
I think one of their tight ends is out.
Yeah, so they got some injuries too. That's what's giving these analysts and everybody fans hope. But I mean, we got Purdy back, we got Ward back. Still no Bosa.
All types of injuries going into this week again.
So again, everybody knows Warner's been playing hurt since New England. I mean, he was first 4 games he was DPOY, strong candidate.
He was pushing for it. Like,
yeah, he was probably the number one candidate for DPOY. And
I think in our last episode before he came out with that this week, you and I were like, "What's going on, Fred, dude?" Like, you know?
Yeah, it came out that he fractured his ankle during the New England game,
but he's playing it.
Yeah, he's still playing. His play, he's been getting injections before the game to be able to tolerate the pain.
And you got Bosa going out. I kind of want to cover the injuries more, but I think it's funny that you said that. According to some people, like a lot of people have hope, right? One of the biggest discussions you and I have been in to, like, this, I guess one of the themes carrying these past couple of weeks, you've been liking this. You likened it to faithful but no faith, right? A lot of people are saying that we're not faithful fans because of some of our takes. But I still support him. I still rock him. I'm still a fan. You know what I mean? My hope for our playoffs or Super Bowl, the window, I think it's shut. I don't think we're going to make the Super Bowl. However, that don't mean I'm just going to say, fuck the Niners. I'm not a fan. You know what I mean? Like, I'm still a fan. Yeah, just because we're like, we can't win this game.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I just lost faith in our hope this season.
Red and gold till I'm dead and cold, baby. That's how it is.
You know what I mean? So
it's funny that you said, if we have hope, right? So I posted this video today, and I thought it was funny. If you think the 49ers are going to win this week, that's 49er fans right there.
Hey, but real talk, you never know. Any given Sunday, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Any given Sunday. But at the end of the day, with the way things have been panning out this year, I just one injury after the other. So I think with that being said, You've been referring to the 2020 season all over again, and I kind of, myself, I don't like to say, yeah, it is, I don't like that deja vu or whatever, like to me, I was trying to hold out, but
yeah, I mean, you didn't want to acknowledge that possibility was there.
Yeah. So, but history is repeating itself,
Yeah, most definitely.
And with that being said, I guess now all these digs are taken at Shanahan. He kind of has a scapegoat.
Yeah.
However, I do still feel the same way about Shanahan. He can't finish games. He gives up the lead. You're never be confident with him. With winning a game with him until the clock strikes zero.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
One thing I've been telling people this week, a lot of people that same vein of discussion. Shanahan just needs another chance. Like he's proven he could get there. Like he'll get there eventually. Oh, okay. So how many chances do you get him? You give him another 8 years, and then it's like, so let's say we go 8 years, we give Shanahan another 8 years, and then he doesn't get back to another championship game. Are people still going to be like, but he's been in 2 Super Bowls? Like, where do you draw the line? You know what I mean?
So, I'm starting to hear a lot more talk about, hey, Harbaugh did the same thing.
Well, yeah, Harbaugh did it in a less amount of time too. And
so the Harbaugh comparisons are starting to come out.
And he's doing,
and Harbaugh got fired for asking for what they gave Shanahan. So it's kind of like
Harbaugh got fired after having never had a losing record, and got fired after having a 500 season. Kyle Shanahan has had 3 losing seasons,
But Harbaugh was also asking for everything they gave Shanahan. Full control of players and staff.
And look at him now. Because and
you know what? I think it's sad, but I think Harbaugh will get a Super Bowl before Shanahan.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because statistically, coaches that come to the NFL, and most of the time they go back to college because they're not successful. However, Harbaugh was successful. So, but he still went back to college.
Well, he was.
So this is his second run in the NFL. I think he, pretty much gonna have it mastered.
This is where people will be trying to get technical and shit. They'll be like, if you're saying Harbaugh is successful, then you're saying Kyle Shanahan is successful. Yeah, Shanahan has had success in the NFL.
We ain't saying he ain't successful. We're saying he can't win the big game.
And that's where people need a different. Now, a lot of people this week, going back to that same post, that same clip from 2 episodes ago when we lost to Seattle, because we've had another loss in a row.
Say this: Kyle Shanahan is lacking testicular fortitude to finish games.
Intestinal, testicular, anal.
I got that from wrestling WWE back in the day. Somebody was always talking about
testicular fortitude.
Yeah.
You lack the testicular. Have you watched that Vince McMahon documentary on Netflix? It's pretty good, bro. Yeah, they started recording it before all that shit happened with him. Yeah, but they kind of get into that a little bit. But it's a good documentary, dude. I recommend it. Earlier, we were watching that movie Twisters. They remade it from that old one, Twister. And I told my girls, this movie was made, it was trying to only entertain one group of people. White people. That movie, there was nothing in that movie that you know what I mean? It was rodeo, country, white people chasing tornadoes. Every minority in there was the Mexican dude was a nerd, the black dude was a nerd, I was there's I don't know. I just thought it was funny that you could get a vibe for who they're make certain entertainment for now, Nothing wrong with that. But I was yeah, this movie was literally made for the general white audience,
But ATL, you think white people are going to watch that movie?
Not the general white audience. No. Yeah.
I mean, you got a predominantly black audience going to watch something.
Predominantly black people watch the NFL and they try to turn the NFL into a white sport.
It is a white sport. They're trying to turn it into a black sport.
Well, I feel like that's changed a long time ago, though.
Not really. If you think about it, look at the narrative of a good quarterback. It's always white. There's not, you know what I mean? Even Patrick Mahomes being the next coming of Christ, they say as quarterback, he's still not even fully black.
True.
He's as light. That's lightest shade of black as you could get.
And that goes back to something you and I talked about before, right? When I talked about the product of quarterbacks that the NFL has put out, white privilege has literally fucked up the product of quarterback. Look at Daniel Jones.
I don't think so. Because if you look at it, bro, statistically, a black mobile quarterback has not been able to win it. consistently. You know, you might have one here, one there, but it's always a white, you know, quarterback.
Until Mahomes.
Again,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Half white.
I think he's
Kaepernick, half
I think
white.
he's 3/4 white, bro.
Yeah.
An eighth black.
Hey, have you seen that? Actually, I have another one I wanted to show you.
He might be 3/4 white, an eighth Scandinavian, and an eighth black.
Yeah.
But
I had another one I wanted to show you. Did you ever? I don't know if you've seen it. Have you seen that video where they're interviewing? It's like Patrick Mahomes, and they're like doing like trivia questions on each other.
No.
And they're like, "What's your favorite cheat meal?" You ever seen that shit? Let me see if I can find it real quick.
Like that's like saying Steph Curry's black. Dale Curry don't even look that black.
Steph Curry is black though.
No, he is. He's blacker than Patrick Mahomes, but he's a shade 2 shades blacker than Mahomes.
Oh, this one right here.
Favorite cheat day meal?
Fried chicken.
No.
Chicken fried steak.
No.
And mashed potatoes.
Mexican food. What's my favorite cheat day meal?
Fried.
What's my favorite cheat day meal? Fried chicken. That bitch is hella dumb, bro. She's hella racist. Hey, while we're here, I have another video. So actually, this goes to an episode that you and I talked about, right? This guy right here, this one, right?
Yeah.
Did we talk about this? So, in relation to Mike Tyson, that episode you were talking about how Mike Tyson gave the older guys like that one last feeling of being prime, being able to whoop some ass, right? And then I stumbled across this video and it reminded me of that. Like, and I was like, hey Ray, this is a guy you can look up to right here, bro.
Grip. I've trained all my life, but never done much with my training. So now that these guys are here, I got a chance to do something with it. I'm vice grip. I'm 56, 1-0 in the scrapyard. I've had a belief all my life that the 50-something comeback thing is a terrible idea, but here I am doing it anyway. So let's see how it works out. My lawn. I'm vice grip and why I oughta. That was by request. We can start the fight now. Vice grip back for the rematch. Last time I was here, I took a L, but I'm not sore about that. This time, if I fall on my face, there's only going to be one person taking the blame. And I'll say who that is at the time, because it sure as the fuck ain't going to be me. All right, let's start this thing.
Hey, but he's 2-2. So I think I want to see that fool fight Jake Paul, bro. I think Jake Paul scraped that fool. Vice grip, yeah. I mean, I think Vice grip will scrape that fool, bro.
Jake Paul's actually a good fighter, bro.
I mean, Vice grip scraped that fool.
I ain't gonna say he's a championship fighter.
Yeah.
He's got decent boxing skills. You know what I mean? He knows his way around the ring. But you put him against the actual boxer. Not a amateur.
Yeah.
A professional boxer. He loses. Tommy Fury beat him. Tommy Fury was an amateur boxer at the time.
Yeah. Yeah, he just knows how to make his money.
We already talked about this. It's more about making money and trying to build his brand.
So you said go after last week, right? The Green Bay loss. Once we knew Brock Purdy wasn't playing, you and I were pretty unanimous on like that game wasn't going to be shit, right? We knew Brandon Allen wasn't going to do shit.
It wasn't so much once we knew Brock Purdy wasn't. Once we knew Brandon Allen was starting. Once we knew Brandon Allen was starting.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, coming out of that game, though, right? Everything was pretty bleak. And then this week, Brock Purdy starting, and I wondered how you said it seems like the fan base kind of has a feeling where, has this hope that we can win. Delusional fan hope. That was how we started this podcast. So we're delusional fans to begin with. And again, we do support the fan base, so we're all here for it. But so what are you thinking right now, though? Like, Brock Purdy's back. It's in the snow. It's snowing like a motherfucker out there. Brock Purdy historically doesn't play that well in weather. Our first loss, like major loss with Brock Purdy, under like, at least with the podcast, was that Cleveland game last year. And I specifically remember saying that that game was how I like my head, wet and sloppy,
So it snowed all day today. I was watching, and they're saying it ain't gonna snow during. However, it's gonna be cold.
It's gonna be fucking freezing.
It's gonna be cold, but no snowfall during the game.
And
I could be wrong. That's just what I'm watching. I'm not from out there. I'm not in Buffalo.
And part of me was like, well, so what kind of, like, is Brock Purdy even going to have that much of an impact? Is he playing 100%? But he wasn't even he didn't leave the game. He didn't leave the Seattle game hurt. He finished the game, and then it came out that he was sore, and then now he has to leave practice. You know what I mean? So I have a feeling, bro. My thing is that I think they brought Brock Purdy back. Like, the 49ers are saying this, right? This game is going to be We said it before. We said it 100 times, right? Not 100 times, but we said it for Seattle. We said it for last week for Green Bay. This game is literally the most important game for the rest of the 49ers season because it's going to tell us everything on what they plan on doing moving forward. If they win, they hold on to playoff hopes, right? If they lose, I think we start seeing more of this. Like Trent Williams is probably going to be out for the season. I think he's done, and we could talk about him later. I think we kind of touched on it last week, but or maybe we were talking about it last night. Yeah, drunk talks. When we were talking about my thoughts on Trent and how he milked the 49ers organization, but I don't know. I feel like they're trotting Brock Purdy out there because the 49ers, the team feels like they have a chance and that they have to try to win. It's a playoff game for them.
I mean, like I said before, with the roster they got, they have it's to me, it's not the players, it's the play calling. You know what I mean? Shanahan's not switching up.
Elaborate on that. Where's Jordan Mason?
Yeah, Jordan Mason. You know, I get you came out and you said, you know, your main back gets the bulk of the carries and the secondary back hardly gets any, a la Garendo getting 1 or 2 a game when Mason was the back. Here's the thing, though. If McCaffrey ain't 100%, and you guys say he is, but his stats ain't showing it, why not make Mason your primary back until McCaffrey gets there?
Yeah.
And sprinkle McCaffrey in here and there. You know what I mean?
He tried to say it's because
Garendo needs to run. But JP was a top 3 back in the league before McCaffrey got hurt.
He was on track to break. He was on track to break like the 49ers record or some shit like that. He was gonna be like one of the highest rushers in 49ers history, like for his first like starter a season as a starter or something like that.
Wait, Frank Gore's record? Oh yeah. No.
Yeah.
He break for Frank Gore's record?
Well, he didn't, but he was like if he had been starting still. So they don't even give us Mason options on sleeper because they don't think he's gonna even get an opportunity to play today, which he probably should. But I think I kind of told you yesterday too, you know, give McCaffrey like a month to kind of get back into shape. This would be a month. This game would be game 4 for him. So maybe he does turn it up this week. Let's look at McCaffrey. Let's see here. We got, so over under 64.5 rushing yards. We have, or you could do the combined 102.5 rushing yards plus receiving yards. I think that's a lot. Let's see.
I can see over.
I feel like they're probably going to run more because of the cold. Last week he had 68 total yards. He only had 31 rushing yards. He's only gone over one time to 79. That was against Seattle. And in Tampa Bay, he had 39. 64 is a lot.
Let's see. Do we got any injuries coming on that?
I'd be interested to know Buffalo's run defense.
Are you trying to go to some Kings games this year?
That'd be fun.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sometimes they're during the week, though. That's the only thing.
No, you know my girl said she'd be down to go to one before. You know what I've been leaning on too? Like McCaffrey's down, like he should be due to get a touchdown soon. But I don't want to.
A lot of these guys should be, but
you know. Oh, we could do receptions for McCaffrey 4.5 over under.
He's good for about 3.
Okay, I like rushing attempts 16.5 over under.
McCaffrey.
Yeah, over. Let's do that one. I like that one. Okay, Josh Allen 261.5 passing plus rushing yards. That's kind of a lot with this weather. I don't know. But our defense is terrible, bro.
They got him Buffalo by 7 right now.
Okay, this one looks like a gimme, bro. 19.5 completions for Josh Allen. He's gone over every week. Our defense is terrible, too. I think I'm going to go with that one. Let's go over on that one. So, George Kittle, we could do the anytime touchdown, 4.5 receptions, which is like a gimme, I feel, because he's like money on receptions. And it pays well, too.
Yeah.
Go over on the Kittle receptions, 4.5. So their running back, let's see, he has a combination of 86.5 rushing plus receiving yards over under. He's never gone over. That's kind of a lot. See their rushing yards.
So they're iffy on their rushing, bro.
They are, huh? Like defense or offensively?
Buffalo's defense. They allowed 271 to Derrick Henry, but only allowed 78 to the Chiefs. So
McCaffrey could hit that over, huh?
Yeah.
I like the rushing attempts, though. I feel like that's a good number for him to hit because they've been feeding him a lot. So Jordan Cook, 86.5 rushing and receiving yards over under.
Demo's out.
Yeah, Amador is out. I have a feeling this dude can hit that, but he's only ever hit it once.
Okay, the Bills tight ends out. Their rookie wide receiver Keon Coleman,
Who's that? Kincaid or Dawson Knox is playing, right?
Dalton Kincaid, yeah, and then Spencer Brown's out. Their tackle, their right tackle.
What about Brock? 216 passing yards, 216 and a half actually. So he would need 217. That's not that much, but I don't know about this weather.
Two what?
And then we could do the combined 244 and a half.
For what combined?
Brock Purdy passing and rushing.
He can get it.
He's gone over it twice, so he's sitting about 50-50.
I think he'll get it today.
All right, let's give this. We're gonna give that one to Brock.
Look, they're missing a linebacker. Yeah, they got a linebacker out.
I don't want to do nothing with Jake Moody. Debo Samuel's so inconsistent, bro. I don't know. 4 catches from Debo. I don't want to count on that one. But then I don't want to say no because he might go over. Who knows who's going to eat today, you know?
They're missing a right tackle, their linebacker.
Should we take Jawan for 5 catches? He's been pretty good for us. I got to do at least one of these Buffalo players. Khalil Shakir. He looks like an all-around player. They use him for rushing and receiving. 70 total yards last week, 56 and a half against our defense, more or less. That's not that much.
Say
Less against our defense?
who was wide receiver?
He's been doing pretty good. It looks like they use him to rush and catch balls.
And that's total yards? Nah.
He got total. This is last week. He was 8 for 12, 70 total yards. He only has to get. Last week they played Kansas City. Check the over on that one, huh? So we need one more. We could go their running back. We could go Debo Samuel. We could go Ricky Pearsall, 1.5 receptions, over under. He hasn't had a catch in 2 weeks.
But he's got to get a catch, bro.
2 of them? All right, over on Ricky for 2 catches. Well, let's bet $5 for $254. Lock it in. Done. Let's go. Right. About, 10 minutes to kickoff? Yeah, dude, that Green Bay loss was terrible. Amador Lenore being out, Nick Bosa's out. 49ers season, it literally hangs in the balance. And I think, yeah, it is fun for us to sit here and, I have fun, I have been having a lot of debates with people, bro, and I like the engagement, you know what I mean? Because I really do feel like we're going to get to this point where we're going to know pretty soon here, dude, because if we lose this game, then we know we're going to have to start talking about, future shit, okay, now we know what to do, and then we're going to have to really start reacting to more about what the Niners choose to do moving forward, with these players, because I'm in the boat where there's no way, shape, and form they could just pay these dudes and tell them not to play, right? Even if the season's out, you know?
Me, I don't think it's necessarily them saying, hey, we're taking this season, don't play. But at the end of the day, they're going to use the smallest excuse why they don't have to play. If they're not playing to win, why play,
Yeah.
Trent Williams milking an ankle injury that all of a sudden came out of nowhere, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that shit I don't like. I didn't like that at all, bro. And I didn't like Shanahan's decision to start Allen. It came out that he had that broken finger. He didn't. His response towards Cone.
But that's what I mean. I think it's the coaching. It's not the players. The coaching's coaching them to fail. And whether it be for draft picks, if they lose out or something, they get the 7th overall pick, something like that.
Well, this is one of those years too where we might not have as many picks as we did before because we lost one because of that accounting error. Remember? I don't know if you remember that shit. And then in years past, the year prior, because Miko Ryans got hired as a head coach, we got extra picks, right?
Yeah.
But we fired Steve Wilkes, so we ain't getting shit for Steve Wilkes because we fired his ass. He deserves an apology. I'm gonna continue to say that.
I think we might get one for him not lasting.
I don't know.
I think that's why they fired him.
Steve Wilkes sitting at home, just watching this shit crash and burn, you know what I mean?
Like I said, bro, the defense, the defensive numbers statistically went down ever since Saleh left.
Yeah.
They didn't go down too drastic with D'Amico, but they went down slightly, and then they went down even more under. No, they were about the same. Slightly under D'Amico with Wilkes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they needed a scapegoat.
We'll still finish like top 5 in like almost every category, bro.
They were saying Wilkes didn't know how to run the wide 9, and he did. You know, Wilkes was a DB coach.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he wanted to run a lot more blitzes with the secondary and shit like that.
Yeah.
Our secondary really struggled under Wilkes, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, you think there would be a lot more like, urgency from these dudes, but
Just because
it seems like some of them have checked out, Someone later too, we'll have to talk about. I want to talk more about like Debo in this whole situation because he had a lot of drama going on this week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What do you feel about it before we go? Do you think he should take the C off his chest?
I've been saying that though. So check this out, bro. After Diamador Lenore got re-signed, I remember commenting on a post. I was like, whatever happens, I was like, moving forward, they need to take Debo's captain and give it to Diamador.
Demo?
Yeah.
Take Debo and give it to Demo?
Yeah, they need it. And then now I'm seeing hella people, bro, and I might have even, I don't know if I mentioned it on the pod or if I just remember commenting it. And then I've been seeing hella people bringing that up now, and they're saying like that he shouldn't have that shit. But they're not gonna strip it off him like unless he just does some drastic shit, bro. But last week they was mad because after the game that he was supposed to do media, he didn't do media. Then he goes on all the podcasts. He does his podcast. He talking about Kyle Shanahan ain't on the hot seat. Anyone saying they should doesn't know football.
With him not talking with media, man, you're mad. Your emotions are running.
Yeah.
Look at Marshawn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He wore a C on his chest. He was one of the faces of that franchise when he wouldn't sit there and talk to the media. And then when he got fined,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I'm only doing this because.
And I think Debo was emotional because he got called out by T.O. about his outfits and his level of play not living up to you know what I mean? Like not living up to it, talking all this shit. And a lot of people calling out the boombox too, which me and you've been calling out.
That's gonna get. I mean, you're gonna get called out when you get paid and you're not living up to the hype, and you're a captain and you're not living up to hype, and you're calling out other people.
Yeah.
But you're not living up to the hype. So then somebody's gonna turn around and call you.
Yeah, and he can't. I don't think he can handle that when it's thrown back at him, bro. He proved it that day when he slapped with that he can't take that criticism back. You know what I mean?
And that's probably why he won't be here next year.
Yeah.
We'll get back.
Fucking Debo. I was over Debo when he asked for a trade. Official prediction.
I'm gonna rock with the Niners by 3.
Niners by 3.
Faithful, but no faith. I'm not saying they're gonna do it, but I gotta rock with them.
I'm not gonna do it, bro.
It's gonna be a close one.
Hey, we're gonna be back here on halftime. We'll check in, but I'm gonna say my official prediction is we just keep losing. I don't think I'm confident, bro.
Dude, I think the only real game we have to win is the.
I just hope it's a game, though.
This is the Chicago game.
Yeah. No, I just hope it's a game.
Being a faithful, I think we're gonna win.
I don't think the defense. I think we know our defense isn't that good this year, and I think the Buffalo's going to be able to put up points. And so everyone's there besides who's not there in the offense? Trent Williams. Everyone's there. Everyone's there. Debo's there. Kittle's there. Jawan is there. But I'm saying the weapons are there. Kittle's there. Jawan is there. McCaffrey's there. BA is there. Ricky Pearsall's there. Jacob Cowing's there. Jordan Mason's there.
BA's on IR.
Is? No, I meant Debo. Debo. Fuck, I'm tripping. All right, let's go. Game time, baby.
Casual ass, man.
I'm a casual.
You don't want to put it back further?
See that switch. Already started recording. Okay, halftime check-in. Halftime check-in. Bills versus 49ers. San Francisco currently, this is the most embarrassing game I've seen in Shanahan's career. It gets worse and worse every week. 21-3 at halftime. Jake Moody should be cut. They cut Ronnie Bell earlier this week. Jake Moody should have been cut with him. Kyle Shanahan, you said it earlier, they had us going there in the beginning. It seemed like 49ers defense came out. They stopped Buffalo's offense right away. And I said that the 49ers had to score on every drive that they get. Any possible drive you get on offense, you have to score. But they went down and scored 3 points. Good positive start. The Buffalo gets the ball, second drive, and just manhandles us, runs all over the field. And next thing you know, this game is reeling out of control. Christian McCaffrey takes a toss play, and he was running good. He looked like he was getting ready. He came close to breaking one. But, yeah, dude, they look good to start, and that's how every game has gone this year. The 49ers look good. This is their worst deficit I think we've had going into a half. Jake Moody, 2 missed field goals. Dude, this shit is insane right now, bro.
2, yeah. Technically, it's still blowout. Score should be 21-9. However, Moody's just as horrible as Shanahan.
Yeah. Dude, Jake Moody is a representation of this entire staff, like from top to bottom right now. The special teams in general. The Niners can't do anything. Jordan Mason looks good. You know what I mean? He comes like the running game looked good up until Christian McCaffrey got hurt. It seems like they don't want to throw downfield with Brock. I understand it's the weather.
That you know what? That might be some with the shoulder. You know what I mean? That might be his shoulder, and Shanahan knowing that started him thinking, okay, we're going to be a run-heavy game.
Yeah, the run is working, but they can't sustain drives.
But I'm saying that the deep ball.
The deep ball, yeah, because what we've seen a 3rd and 14 that
The one that got big, but it was a pass interference.
Well, on that 3rd and 14, didn't he call a run play to J.P. Mason?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know what I mean?
that's kind of to get him in better field position for a punt, because otherwise you call a pass play and don't convert, then you're down in there.
Well, that was Jake Moody's first missed field goal. Instead of trying to go,
that's still to get position.
that's Kyle Shanahan's weird fucking play calling, bro. Situational play calling. He's not understanding the situation. You know what I mean? He literally got him like 4 yards closer just for him to miss, anyways. You know?
I don't think that it's not him not understanding it. I don't know. You know what? Can't call it with Shanahan.
I don't know what.
Banana hands.
This shit is crazy. This season, I said it, earlier in the podcast that this game was going to help us determine where the 49ers will look like moving forward. We had Seattle win today. That doesn't help us. Arizona lost, but 49ers ain't going to be able to capitalize off that. It doesn't look like it. I don't know what the fuck they could do coming out of the half. If you're Kyle Shanahan, right now, we're recording this right now while the 49ers are in their locker room at halftime. What is Kyle Shanahan telling them right now? I've heard him say that he doesn't do halftime speeches.
Guys, I'm a failure. You guys can make me look like a successful coach. All you got to do is go out there and play. If you guys don't do that, I'm just a failure as a coach.
If I'm Shanahan, I'm telling him like this. Look, we're getting our fucking asses handed to us. I don't know what I'm doing. Apparently, if you guys got any ideas, I'm open to suggestions. So if you guys have anything out there you think will fucking help us, let us know, because I'm ready to try anything. Shanahan just has to start throwing fucking spaghetti at a wall.
I think Shanahan should pull his pants down and show his ass and tell the team that's what they're making. They're making an ass out of themselves.
I think Deebo Samuel should grab Kyle Shanahan by his nuts and tell him to lock in.
I don't even know how good our picks are going to do now. McCaffrey going down, though, that's big. If McCaffrey's out, season's done. I mean, that sliver of hope that everybody has, that they keep telling everybody there is, that's out the window too. That window's fucking slamming shut on everything.
It will, and
not even trying to be negative. That's just how it's playing out. You know what I mean?
You know what's funny though is it might be like we're seeing Jordan Mason come in and do some good things. And then
Jordan Mason do that. Jordan Mason was doing that before fucking McCaffrey came back 3 weeks ago.
And we said that earlier. We said everyone thought McCaffrey was going to come back and help us, and it seemed like the offense took a step back. So maybe with McCaffrey being out, maybe they could, start riding the Jordan Mason wave, and maybe Brock Purdy start throwing. He had one good. His best throw of the night was his last throw of the half. You know what I mean? To that out route to Juwan Jennings. That was a good throw. It was a good catch. You know what I mean? I don't know if they could build off that. It might be a little too late. This defense has zero will right now. Earlier, I seen somebody post that they said that this game was going to be about who has the stronger will.
Will of attrition.
Well, yeah, he just said like who's gonna have the stronger will. And right now, it looks like this defense doesn't have any will, and Kyle Shanahan can't coach a touchdown out of this offense to save his life. You know what I mean?
It's not even the defense's will, bro. It's what I've been saying. Dude, Shanahan needs to put together a touchdown drive, a scoring drive, and not a field goal, a scoring drive to take some of this pressure off over the defense. You know what I mean? As we're speaking of this, I'm getting a text.
It's a Rapaloni.
Moody fucking sucks, and so does the D coordinator.
It's a Rapaloni, guys.
Yep.
Sorry, y'all. But we'll be here. We'll be here to talk about it. We'll be here to react to everything.
Not even upset, man. I kind of told you guys, faithful but no faith this season. I feel like this season's done with. There's
how much How much longer are we like? So what players start? What players are you giving a pass this year?
As far as
Like that, you're like, all right, like they get a pass. Like, so Jair Brown's on his second year, but we've seen him have a couple of hiccups.
but he's still young.
Exactly. So who are you giving a pass right now? You know what I mean? You giving Jair Brown a pass on this game? I'm not giving Mooney Ward a pass, bro. That I understand.
So they're saying Mooney's gone. That's why they locked down Demo. Mooney's gone. As far as this year, they're going to let him walk. They're not going to try to re-sign him. He's going to go get $15 million with somebody else. We're not going to waste that money on him. You know, he's gradually.
Yeah, because, bro, he got bodied on the end of that drive. And I understand, like, you're already down, but, bro, it's like, come on. It looked like he didn't even try, bro.
So
got bodied on the end of that drive, got boxed out by Mac Hollins.
So I've been talking about a rebuild.
Yeah.
And they're not calling it a rebuild, which it's truly not a rebuild. The rebuild is, it is a rebuild because they're talking about rebuilding the offensive line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Debo not being here, Juszczyk not being here. You know, but they're calling it a retool.
And we kind of talked about that last week. I said, like, how do you expect the offense to look like?
I've been saying for the last couple of weeks that they're trying to sign a rebuild, and now they're calling it a retooling. And you know, they're saying Debo ain't going to be here. You know, Rudy needs to go.
How many delusional fans though think we could turn it around and be right back next year?
It's possible. That ain't out of the realm of possibility. You know what I mean? That's very well possible. But you know, Juszczyk's going to be gone.
Should be gone.
I don't necessarily think he should be gone. I think he deserves it just as much as Kittle. You know,
I'm over it. I'm over it.
But as far as the
position should be eliminated. You know, I actually heard somebody talking about that this week, right? At the fullback position, some teams have pretty much resorted to converting players to fullbacks to keep the better player on the roster, because fullbacks are they're like a.
Here's the thing:
the NFL has outgrown the position pretty much, right?
But here's the thing: if we get rid of Juszczyk, Garendo's just as big as Juszczyk.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, he's bigger, yeah.
We could put him in there to sub as a fullback. But we got that dual threat as a halfback, a running back. You know what I mean?
I've heard converting defensive tackles to fullbacks, you know? But
tight ends.
Since we're just doing this little we don't know what's going on for 49ers season. What do you think about Travis Hunter? You think you think the NFL team will allow him to do what he's doing in college in the NFL?
What's he doing in college? Deion did it. Somebody else did it too. There's been a couple guys that
have they? I wonder why you don't see too many people do it more.
It's more for preserve them.
Yeah.
Don't want to burn them out.
Do you think Shador's a better quarterback than Brock Purdy?
No. I think there's just a lot of hype. He's a better dual threat quarterback, but as we discussed earlier, flashy mobile quarterback never wins it. Gave it back on. Oh, Debo with the return. Where'd he get it to?
Got some. Just we're gonna have a lot to talk about with all this. These couple crazy seasons.
Oh, I don't think it started. Was that the kickoff?
Yeah.
And they're barely interviewing Shanahan right now?
I'm saying we're gonna have a lot to talk about with especially with this losing season coming up. You know what I mean? But
what losing season coming up? The losing season we're in?
That's what I mean. Yeah, so we're gonna have a lot of speculations.
We're in it, dude. There ain't no coming up.
And then what else we could do? Dude, we could start planning on doing a little something. I want to get like 1 or 2 Step Bros episodes in.
McCaffrey's knee, he's out.
That I could schedule for when I'm gone. But let's see. It's 21-3. 49ers come out at the half with the ball, but the final score in this game might end up being well over 50 by the time Buffalo's said and done.
Just came out. McCaffrey's done with the knee for the game. Don't know how serious the extent of it.
Yeah, 49ers, they say knee injury,
which I'm not too worried about because we got Mason. Mason's a better running back.
We won 5 games without McCaffrey.
At this point,
4, I guess.
At this point right now, Mason's the better running back. You know what I mean?
Most definitely. Bro, nobody expected McCaffrey to come in and get the amount of carries he got right away.
Oh, who caught that?
We all thought McCaffrey was going to be
Juwan?
used sparingly.
Juwan?
We all thought McCaffrey was going to get used sparingly and Jordan Mason interspersed with him. Because why not? We talked about it yesterday at my house. We've seen Kyle Shanahan ride the hot hand before. Like, that's what he was known for. We would see Mostert come in and have a good game. And then he would alternate and switch it off to Breida or Jeff Wilson Jr.
Before it was running
Kevin
back
Coleman.
committee. Yeah, we had that three-headed monster with Breida, Coleman, and Mostert. And whoever had the hot hand that week was the back. You know what I mean? The go-to back night. We had a different starter every year. Actually, Mostert started it.
Yeah.
No, not Mostert. Breida started it first, and then Mostert took over the start in the next season.
But there was games where all three of them would get fucking carries. You know what I mean? There was games where we ran for like over 40 attempts, bro. You know? We were like the running offense. That's what I thought these past couple games were going to be.
Big score right here. It changed the look of the game.
We should plan to start branching out and discussing into more things as a podcast, though. We can start doing more NFL shit. Start doing I think it'd be fun to do some trivia.
Juwan took a nasty hit on the end of that play.
Did he?
Yeah. He got up, but
we should do that segment I was telling you about. We'll call it You Don't Know Ball.
Yeah. You can tell them about your rap group you want to start.
Yeah. White Boys and Beanies. That's the rap group we're talking about?
I'm Dustin. I'm Dylan. You're Dixon.
Myaz. The Myaz brothers.
M-A-E-Z. Myaz.
Yeah. I'm Dixon Myaz. I'm good. You want to pause and go back inside?
Yeah.
Dixon Myaz out for now. Live podcast reporting. Niners was driving. First and goal.
Fumble.
Niners fumbled it. Looks like Buffalo's running it back.
Recovery.
If anything worse can happen for the 49ers.
Brock Purdy makes a stop.
Looks like Buffalo's recovered a fumble. 49ers cannot score a touchdown and save their lives.
I was calling a fumble all game. Fumble or pick, and both of them happened against us.
We'll be back. It's official. One last beer to RIP the 49ers season. Sitting here, Ray J. Garcia, Kyle J. Mitchell. 49ers just finished 35-10. Terrible game. Shanahan saved his timeouts. He's going to take them with him when they fire him.
Just about 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. 3 timeouts on the board, and lets him kneel. Fuck, I mean,
man.
I guess I don't know. Maybe he's going to call him in his sleep, you know?
Cheers, man. This season was fucking cursed to begin with. I had this weird superstitious feeling. I was one of the few, like, on the outside looking in, I think, when it came to what I expected from the season. I really did feel like 49ers weren't going to win that many games, and I thought that we could still maybe go to the playoffs. I didn't think it was going to look this bad. We just get worse and worse every week. And there's going to be so many things people could blame on this game. You know, whether you want to blame it on the weather, you want to blame it on the defense, you want to blame it on Jake Moody, you want to blame it on Christian McCaffrey's injury. Before Christian McCaffrey went out, this team was rolling. Like, they had 6 straight runs. Like, I was, like, cheering Shanahan on. You know, later on in this game, it was fucking 28-10. Me and him started debating on, you know, the play calling, you know, and I was upset with the fact that fucking Shanahan just seems like he can't get a consistent drive going. Like, every play call was just fucking, you know, and like you are right. Like he's damned if he does and damned if he doesn't. If he runs and he doesn't get it, we're gonna be mad. If he goes for it on 4th and he doesn't get it, we're gonna be mad. You know, like
just the backstory on me being right. During the game, Shanahan went for it on 1st down, gets the ball, goes for a pass on 1st down.
Deep pass though.
Kyle J gets mad. What the fuck's he doing? Why is he passing on 1st down? Taking a chance. We were calling for him to take a chance. He took the chance. Well, Kyle J didn't agree with the time he took the chance, but at the end of the day, there's no specific time to take a chance. Take a chance when you take a chance.
You can't have your cake and eat it too.
At least he took a chance on 1st down to where he still had 2nd down to make up some yards, you know what I mean, before he put him in 3rd down, which when he did that, JP, after he took the chance on 1st down, didn't complete it. JP busted off a little 5-yard run, so put him in 3rd and 5. They didn't convert it. They ended up punting. But, you know, at the end of the day, loss is a loss, regardless. You know, and as I said coming into it, faithful but no faith.
How many
I didn't have faith in us winning the game, but I still picked us to win it. I only picked us to win it by 3.
So what's more frustrating, to see a fucking drive end with a Jake Moody missed field goal, or see a drive end with a Jake Moody made field goal? I don't know. But and then go back to the positive, like, right? Like there is positives and negatives. Like a loss is a loss, a win is a win, right? Like there is positive and negatives and everything, right? The fact that they were able to get down to fill some of these plays, but there was plays where Brock Purdy was also the reason why we weren't converting. He had that pass that was behind CMC that they resulted in them having to kick for 3.
Yeah, but you're also taking away the fact that he didn't have an offensive line.
We're not taking nothing away.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not.
So
I'm just saying, like, remember how earlier I asked you, like, what are casual fans? What are they going to blame us on? You know?
But see, for me, like, Purdy throwing, he's being rushed. You know what I mean? You can't make plays if you're being rushed. You know,
and then look at the weather. We knew what it was going to be like going into this game. Shanahan knew what it was going to be like going into this game.
I think the weather affected both quarterbacks as far as the passing game goes. You know what I mean? And Josh Allen being so big, 6'5", 235 pounds, he was able to extend some of the plays with, you know, quarterback sneaking on a 2-yard, you know, 4th and 2. And, you know.
He's for sure the MVP now.
Little disappointed in Buffalo by running up the score. You know, you got a fucking 18-point lead and you're still trying to score, you know, throwing the ball downfield, trying to put it in the end zone.
Josh Allen pulled
nothing was working for the Fingers.
Allen.
That's me just being a little poor sport, I guess.
No. Josh Allen pulled a Travis Hunter. That's what he did yesterday.
But at the end of the day, if the Niners were doing that, I'd be cheering them on.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of me.
Yeah, that's the fan. That's the life of an NFL fan.
So,
no, Travis Hunter was like. So there's this big Heisman debate, right? There's this dude out of Boise that, like, this fool's been like balling the fuck out, right? Like, everyone says he should be the Heisman favorite, right? But like Travis Hunter, he has a marketing team behind him. Like, this full stayed, like, they were like 45-0. They were blowing out the team yesterday, and he stayed in the game like to pat his stats, you know? And yeah, like he like skyrocketed in the Heisman odds, like, you know, he was pretty much running it up. He was out there getting interceptions, touchdowns. He was a beast. But that's what the Bills did to us today. Absolutely embarrassing game, bro. There was turnovers. We've seen turnovers, fumbles. Brock Purdy lost the ball. Like, you know, we'll talk more about Brock, but we've seen this game was just embarrassing.
I want to call out Debo. You had a big effect on special teams. That's about it. Nothing in the game. Nothing as a wide receiver.
Well, we need to talk about Debo in general. We left off on
nothing right back. You know what I mean? If you're just going to be a fucking high-paid punt returner, kick returner, we don't need you.
Quick pause. Bang episode. We're back to Debo.
Fucking. You came through big on special teams. I'm not going to deny that. But at the end of the day, when we needed you to play your position as a wide back, as a receiver, you didn't come through. And then was it a return that he fumbled on, or was it a pass?
Well, that play, they ended up calling it back, I think. That return. Unless there was something else in the game that I missed personally. Yeah, that was like towards the end of the game. It was they ended up calling, there was a flag.
No, that was the punt return.
Yeah.
That was not Debo's fumble.
Debo
fumbled it. I don't know if it was on a reception or on a return, but he fumbled it.
But Debo in general, bro, he got called out after.
Yeah,
he's been a top controversy for this team for the longest, right? He's a captain. Me personally, right? My opinion towards him, I've said it plenty of times on this podcast, right? Ever since he asked for a trade and then got paid, and then like kind of never really lived up to that contract ever since then. Like, I understand, like, he had a decent year last year. I didn't like the fact that after every loss, these fools still come out dancing to the boom. He's part of that. He's part of the reason for that, right? I understand that's like here nor there. Like, that has nothing to do with his play on the field, but his play on the field hasn't accounted for anything. And then on top of that, you had the whole, you know, him making the scene with the special teamers a couple weeks ago. He get called out by T.O. about his outfit. He responds to that. Doesn't talk about none of this shit in his podcast, comes to defend Kyle Shanahan, defends his own actions, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't talk to the media. You asked me earlier about the whole, like, should he or should he not be a captain? Like, bro, like, I was kind of like ahead of that curve. But I'm on that point too, bro. Like so we know he's probably not going to be here next year. So he won't be a captain regardless, but
So I'm gonna come to his defense, but not defend him. Him being a captain and calling out Jake Moody, that's the right thing to do. But at the same time, him being a captain and calling out another player, you better be performing yourself, and your numbers better be up yourself. And at the time he did that, his numbers weren't up.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And they continue not to be up.
Yeah.
You know, so with that being said, bro, you're not leading by example
Yeah.
on the field.
You're washed.
I'm not even holding the press conference against you. You're not making it with the media. You know what I mean? I'm not holding that against you. I understand feelings get involved and, you know, you were pissed off, you were emotional. Marshawn Lynch did it. You know what I mean? Marshawn Lynch would sit there and stay quiet.
And I think it's not just, this message isn't just for Debo, though. I think this message is also for Kyle Shanahan. You got to just cut ties with Debo. And there's someone else Kyle Shanahan needs to cut ties with. And
that's Kyle Shanahan.
Well, I was going to say, first and foremost, right?
I think John Lynch needs to cut ties.
This season, to set an example, Jake Moody got to go.
They need to go get fucking, he's a freshman. But he's got fucking NFL blood.
The last thing the 49ers are going to do is spend any type of draft pick on any type of special teamer.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, if you're going to spend a draft pick on somebody,
but no,
you need to convince.
Oh, I remember that name from back in the day.
Okay, his dad and his uncle were both Hall of Fame kickers. I can't say Hall of Fame, but I don't know if they're Hall of Fame, but they're both good ass kickers, and they got his son's freshman, I think, at Purdue right now. And that motherfucker's kicking like 55, 50, 60 yards.
Yeah.
And he's young, little skinny dude, little fucking.
If it's there and it's like it's late and you got like a seventh rounder and you know what I mean, like then you can pick him. But most of those kickers don't get drafted; they get picked up as undrafted free agents. You know what I mean? So that's because Kyle Shanahan's a fucking idiot. That's one of his biggest criticisms. You know what I mean? We talked about that, about how do you cut?
To be honest with you, at this point, Robbie Gould was falling off, and he wasn't.
We probably would have been more consistent than this.
That's what I was just gonna say. He would give us better. He'd give us more hope and he'd be a better option.
And then, but I'm saying like that carry that Juszczyk fumbled on, that belonged to Mason or fucking not be handing it off to the fullback, bro.
That's what the fullback's for.
But I'm saying like
power back.
I mean, I understand.
You want him on the goal line for that.
Yeah, I understand that. Like, I understand what you're saying. Like technically, but I'm saying we're supposed to have one of the best. We have superstars on this team. Like, we shouldn't be running the offense through a fullback through Kyle Juszczyk.
We weren't running the offense through it. It was one play. That kind of goes back to the Marshawn Lynch in the Super Bowl. You know?
But you can't. Marshawn Lynch is a power running back. Juszczyk's not a running back. He doesn't run the ball.
But he's a power back. He's a fullback is made for short yard plays, for two yards, 3 yards. You know what I mean?
No.
Anything more than that is a plus.
So I agree with you. Like,
Kyle Shanahan shouldn't have called that.
Oh yeah, but you can say that about anything. You know what I mean? You can say that about Brock Purdy's fumble. You know what I mean?
Like, what I'm saying is, fucking 8 times out of 10.
That's what I was saying earlier. Like when they go for it when they go for it on fourth down and they get it, we congratulate them. But when they don't get it, we call them an idiot. No, but I'm saying we'll agree to disagree on that. But I'm saying right now, from where I'm standing, right, we talked about I could have sworn that me and you talked about this last week, and you kind of went in this direction that if the offense evolves, Shaq needs to get off the field. It should. These carries should be going to the other players.
Shaq ain't going to be here next year. But at the same time, I'm not going to sit here and say that he shouldn't be getting carries because that's the point. You know, he's still part of the team.
Okay, Okay, so let me transition that into this, right? So now that we know the 49ers season is most likely done, right, and we're retooling, right? What is the point of keeping Juszczyk on the field at this point for the rest of the season? Why not give these opportunities to these younger dudes so they can develop? We might not re-sign. Hold on. We might not re-sign Jordan Mason, right? There's no guarantee that he's going to be re-signed. Isaac Greno might be our number one option with Christian McCaffrey, who might be out for the season again. You know what I mean?
So what you're asking right now.
Right? We're not worried about the playoffs.
What you're asking is for the 49ers to change their offense, for all the offensive players to learn a new offensive scheme.
But I don't think removing the fullback will drastically change the entire offense. He's only on the field. Last year he was on the field.
When they call plays with the fullback in.
Okay, well hold on.
Now you
That's what I'm
can't call
saying.
that play
So
no
that's what
more.
I'm saying. So let me say this.
Now
Last year he was on the field for only 45% of the snaps. So that's less than half of the offense that they would have to adapt to.
Less than half the 40.
Okay, but what's the point though then? Like you're not fighting for nothing.
45% is about 50%, basically 50%.
Okay, so that's what I'm asking you. So I'm not asking what I want. I'm asking you what you want. You already know what I want then. That's what I want. So what do you want out of this season then?
The season I've already told you the season.
Okay. So you said it's not coming back next year.
Yeah.
Why let him play this year?
But why are you going to change it? Because to pull him out of the offense, you got plays called with the fullback in there.
Okay.
So now you can't.
Okay, no,
I
don't understand it. I'm saying.
Let me finish.
I don't want to repeat it. I'm saying like this, right? Okay, so then we know that, right? So what is the end goal then? If we're not already winning games and we're not going to the playoffs, why keep sticking with it then?
Because if you let me finish,
okay.
If you take the fullback out, and 45% of your plays call for a fullback.
Okay.
So if you take him out, now you got to make up 45% of your offense without a fullback, which you haven't been planning for the whole season.
Okay, but what for what then?
What do you mean for what?
So then we lose.
You're just not going to run those. You're not going to run any.
Okay, but I'm saying so then we lose next. Okay. So what I'm saying is we lose next week then.
You're going to continue to lose whether you change
whether we do it or not. Okay.
Yeah, but
so I was asking what
I'm saying is.
So what? But I'm saying you don't want Grando to get more carries.
It's not going to give Grando more carries. They're going to have to readjust their whole.
When you told me earlier you could put Grando, you said next year Juszczyk's gone, you could put Grando in that position.
Yeah, but
why not do it now?
But has Grando been practicing in that position? Grando's been practicing at the tailback, not at the fullback.
But I'm saying,
that's getting back to what I'm saying. Okay, he's going to have to learn a whole new position. Okay, so in the middle of the season, you want somebody to learn a whole new position.
Okay, but the season's over.
That's going to fuck up the.
Okay, so you want him to do it next year? And then we're going to be in the same situation. They're going to be trying to
do it in the off season, so he has time to practice.
They did that this year
with Grando.
No, I'm saying they ran it back this year with everybody.
No. But what we're talking about right now is changing a position.
Yeah,
a player changing
now. Yeah, I'm saying
in the off season. Nope, we never had a player change a position in the off season.
No, I'm not talking about changing positions in general. I'm saying just eliminate the carries from. I'm not saying he has to become a fullback. I'm saying limit those opportunities from Juszczyk. He shouldn't be. So if we're retooling,
you're taking away 45% of your offense.
I don't care about the offense at this point. I don't care about what we're removing. I'm talking about now we have to look towards the future. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying you're right, but we're both right. We're both right.
When you look towards the future, you can't just say, fuck it, we're not going to show up.
Well, I'm not saying we're not going to show up. I'm saying if Kyle's a genius and the offense has to evolve, we're the only team that uses a fullback.
Who's saying Kyle's a genius, though?
Well, everybody does.
Nobody is. I mean, the fucking ESPN and the commentators, but he's proven he ain't a genius, bro.
No, I'm not trying to say. I'm not saying you're wrong. I don't know if you're trying to say I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying?
All I'm saying is, with your theory.
But I'm saying there's nothing to lose at this point, though. Like, so what are we holding on to? Why hold on to Juszczyk and hold on to that theory of the offense if it's not working now?
Because you're still giving these guys look.
So ultimately, everybody like, and you're not the only one that says this. This is the general consensus, right? Regardless, right? Juszczyk's probably gone next season. Deebo's probably gone next season. So those are aspects of the offense that either we try to replace and we don't adapt, which everyone's already figured that out, right? So unless you're saying like, oh, the reason why it's not working through Deebo is because he's lost a step. If we get a player in there that is faster and can replicate what Deebo can, I'm not saying you. I'm saying what they say. Like, this is what people have been saying, right?
It's not that he lost step. It's that the fucking NFL's caught up to what he's capable of doing.
Okay, so how do they advance outside of that then?
You get rid of Deebo.
So why not do that this year? Why do we have to wait until the offseason if this season's a bust?
So who's going to replace Deebo right now?
Nobody. You can't replace Deebo.
But you need I'm not talking about replacing Deebo as a player.
Like depth-wise.
Just in general, you need 11 guys on the field. If you're going to take one of your stars out, Deebo's still a distraction. Bro.
Yeah. No doubt. Yeah.
So, I mean, if you're going to take him out, you need somebody to replace him, and they don't got that right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whether he's the superstar that he's paid to be or he's just a distraction out there. I agree that his production's down. I mean, like.
Okay, so if it doesn't work, if you can't do it mid-season, why would it work next season? Or do you think that
you got an off season to work on it? You got an off season to figure out.
Okay, so let me ask you that. So let me ask you that, right?
You can't do that in the mid-season. You can't figure.
Okay. So let's move on from that. Then. Let's move on from that. Right? Let me ask you a new question.
Wait, it's past the trade deadline, so you can't go out and actively look for somebody that's going to replace Deebo or to trade Deebo for. You know what I mean? So at this point, you're kind of stuck with what you got, and you have to go with the flow.
No, I know. But again, right? The whole landscape changes, right? The whole end goal of the season changes after today, most likely, right?
Well, that's the retooling.
Yeah. Okay. So if it starts Monday, right? And let's say as a fan base, like you said, okay, realistically, they're not going to do no mid-season position changes, right? They're probably not going to cut none of these guys like that because they're not going to get nothing out of it, right? So we're looking at next season. I'm asking you as a fan, do you expect Kyle Shanahan to just keep like this whole like style?
Yeah.
And just
Yeah.
So we're going to get another fullback.
No.
It's not going to be Garando.
No.
Garando's just should be running back number 2, maybe. Or running back number 1. Well, no, running back because Christian's still here. Or like
number 3.
Yeah. Well, no, because Jordan Mason might not be here next year.
So with the retooling, you're going to finish off the season with what you got.
Yeah.
At the end of the year, we've already said Debo's gone, Juszczyk's gone. Fucking get rid of the whole offensive line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, there ain't nothing to really hold on to there besides if it's not Trent
So
or Dominic Puni. You know, he looks good. He's up for free agency. The offense to me,
let him go. Let Banks go. He ain't done shit. You know, Poonie's the only one that shows promise. Well, Trent's at the end of his career, fucking barely hanging on. So, yeah, you finish off the season the way you got because you still got a shot. With the roster they got, and the play calling they got, they still got a shot to win. Like I said, they still got a shot to win, bro. Any given Sunday. So you just want to. As a fan, I'm still cheering for us to win every day.
How do they feed it to us?
So, if you're talking about just fucking dumping Juszczyk, dumping Debo right now, not only will it piss the fans off, you're just throwing away the season. At least Shanahan right now is putting in an effort or making it look like he's putting an effort to try to win. You know what I mean?
I don't know if today was an effort.
To try to salvage, you know?
Yeah. No, I feel you.
You can't just say, fuck it, let's throw everything away.
Oh, no.
You know what I mean?
And that's not what I'm doing at all.
The midpoint of the season, let's just dump Juszczyk. We're going to get rid of him next year anyway.
Well, okay, so and another reason why it comes to mind is because I've seen a lot of people saying we should shut down Brock Purdy. I've seen a lot of people saying shut down Bosa, shut down Trent, shut down CMC.
Casual fans.
And a lot of it's in hindsight, right? Like if you're telling me CMC got hurt so bad to where he's going to miss half the season next season, again, right? If Shanahan is relying on, like we talked about earlier, I think, like is Shanahan relying on CMC to run his offense, and he's not picking an it guy, like he's you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, he is trying to run his offense through CMC.
So we're looking at to me, bro. I'm looking at
and next year the fucked up thing is we're gonna have CMC too,
and I feel like this is gonna happen all over again.
Well, it just depends on what the knee injury is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then, players get hurt, man. They've been trying to find somebody opposite of Bosa.
And it's not,
they haven't been able to do it.
And it's not like Seattle and Arizona are dominant teams as well, bro. Like literally, like our division is still up for grabs, but we're 2.5 games behind now, technically. It's a long stretch, and still think that fucking some way, somehow, bro, Matt Eberflus was fired by the Chicago Bears, and whoever the hell is their interim coach is somehow, some way going to find a way to outcoach fucking Kyle Shanahan next week against the Bears, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm faithful but no faith.
Yeah.
I think the Bears is the only game we got.
Have you seen anything on CMC at all? Besides, like, just speculation? Yeah, it was just, they're saying knee. I seen that little video where it kind of looks like you could kind of see maybe some like rupture in his calf during that run where he goes down. That's a huge impact on the 49ers psyche. Like we've seen that happen before where the 49ers have lost a player during the game and we knew we were going to lose the game. It happened with Drake Greenlaw last year during the Super Bowl. It's terrible. And maybe we should all, like, in hindsight, realize fucking that Christian McCaffrey should have probably never been out there to begin with. But me and you, dude, we fucking are huge Jordan Mason supporters, and I like having those debates with you because it does make sense. Like when you look at like that from that standpoint, and you are right. Like it's coming from a point of frustration where I'm like, well, what's the point? Because what are we holding on to if we're not going to make it to the playoffs? I just feel like this, right? My ultimate goal right now would say, if you want the best possible chance for next year, some of these other guys need the most opportunities as possible. Like we see Isaac Grando on limited opportunities have explosive plays where he's either running for 60 something yards, or he's scoring touchdowns now. Like he's had his second career touchdown. But we see Jordan Mason just peel off like fucking big plays left and right. So anytime like I see one of these old, like I call it the old guard, you know, like the gatekeepers of what's kind of, I feel kind of holding the 49ers back. I really feel like that's taking away those opportunities. And yeah, like again, you're right. Like they have the off season to prepare. Like if they know McCaffrey, we talked about if they know for sure they're going to move on from Debo, and maybe they know for sure they're going to move on from Juszczyk, whether or not they move on from the fullback position as a general or as a whole. Then maybe they run with 4 running backs, and like you said, they just rotate someone and use them as a fullback. Like they just need to start getting the best players on the field, you know?
So there was talks about Garendo being a fullback at the beginning of the season. That's the only reason.
Because of his size.
Because of his size.
He's fucking fast.
He's fast as fuck, so he'd be more of a fullback.
Fast.
Have like a halfback, you know.
Yeah. Ray, should we talk about Brock? Hey, why did I say it like
I mean, what's there to talk about? He's working with what he got.
What do you think about the weather narrative at this point? How many times have you seen that ball slip out of his hands in this game, in games like this? No, I've seen it last year too, in that rainy game. I think it was the Cleveland game. And it might have even happened in the playoffs too. He's had a couple of those, bro. Oh, no
You can't
doubt.
just say that's his problem.
Nah.
Every quarterback struggles with weather conditions.
But he's smaller.
You know?
He's got smaller hands. That's been like one of his knocks too.
Jared Goff, that's the same thing Jared Goff had coming out of college.
Yeah.
The same knock Jared Goff had coming out of college.
They say he can't play outside.
I don't put too much on weather,
I don't know,
weather
dude.
conditions, man. I don't look into it. A lot of people take one game and, you know, one bad game in rainy weather and hold it for the rest of the player's career. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, I'm not taking. Okay. So let me kind of like put a little more like nuance on it real quick.
But look at all the conditions, bro.
No. I just want to say not just this game though, right? Let's talk about like all the injuries.
He had no offensive line.
I don't know. I just want to talk about this game. I want to talk about it, like Brock right now, right? Because we're going into next year where everyone's going to talk about either if they're going to re-sign him or not. You know, he's had he's had the concussion. He's had the 2 arm injuries, you know, concerning this week, you know, this one that was supposedly. And then you have, for me, these games where, you know, we try to see him put the team on his back and he fucking throws himself down on his throwing shoulder. And then I haven't seen him take over a game really with his arm. And like, I don't know, like with the last one I can remember, you know, I'm like starting to debate whether or not like he's like the long-term option, bro, or they just let him finish out his contract for another, you know, a whole another next year. You know what I mean? I might be, bro. Like I might be.
Look, bottom line is he's had more.
I like Brock. Don't get me wrong.
He's had more positive, double the positive games as he has bad games, bro. And all his bad games. Look at the circumstances. Trent Williams is out today. Fuck, how many linemen was out? He had fucking 4 linemen out, 4 starting linemen out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So look at the circumstance. Don't just look at
the individual.
Don't look at one game what he did.
Yeah.
You know, he's had way more better games than he has had negative games. And yeah, the negative games are bad, dude. They do look bad. The interceptions, you know what I mean? The fumbles. But let's look at the conditions of the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's not just say Brock Purdy's horrible. We've seen this ceiling.
Yeah. We're going to see so much shit this week,
There's
bro.
better out there. Because I still stand behind what I've always said is he's a top 10 quarterback, not top 5.
Yeah.
You know, you put him in the right. You put it this way: if the Niners were completely healthy,
He did. I mean,
if the Niners were completely healthy, Brandon Ayuk didn't get hurt, McCaffrey wasn't hurt to start the season, Trent Williams is healthy.
yeah. Oh, it looked so different, bro.
You know what I mean? And I'm just talking about the offense.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's what they're going to say about Shanahan. That's why he's going to get a pass this season.
First game of the season, first 5 games of the season. You know what I mean?
Brock Purdy was 11-18, 94 yards.
But what I'm saying, first 5 games of the season, weren't we talking about Brock Purdy, OPOY? He was playing that good that we were talking about him offensive player of the year.
Maybe there was like some discussion. I can't think of it like off my head. I remember like we were talking about like
You were the one calling for it.
I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying like we didn't have a good season to start. Like, so I'm not saying like Brock was like, I just don't remember him balling out. Like, you know what I mean? I only want to say I don't want to say it was offensive player of the year, you know? I don't know. Maybe. I'm kind of like hesitant on that one. I know we talked about Fred Warner being defensive player of the year.
Warner,
but
you were saying Brock Purdy.
Because week 1, I think he only had like 1 touchdown, and I think week 2 he had like interception, no touchdown, like.
But at the end of the day, I mean, his stats are right there. We're right there with all the top quarterbacks. I think Mason was a top 3 running back. Brock Purdy was a top 5 quarterback. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even with losing.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, like, it was funny, right? Because a lot of people before this season, that was like a stat that everyone used to like to hang on people was QB wins. And they're like, Brock's, you know, they've only lost this many times with Brock as a starter. And like now we're like, we've been losing a lot. Like, because a lot of people say, okay, because like Brock's injury, right? And then he started mid-season, so he hasn't played a full 3 seasons, right? This is like technically, well, now he has altogether, right? So he's like going on 3.5 seasons. Or am I tripping? Last year was his first full season. Yeah. Oh no, I lost my train of thought.
He came in for half the season.
Yeah. Last year was his first full season. No, he got hurt in 2022. 2023, we went to the Super Bowl, and then now we're here. You know, and I'm not saying, bro, like I really like what Brock's done for this team, and like he's the best quarterback that we've had in a long time. You know,
I still say not the best in the league,
but he's very limited.
He's the best option
that we have right now.
He's the best option out there. I'm sure.
So do you think we drafted
the same way they talk about if we fire Kyle Shanahan, any other team would love to pick him up as the head coach.
Oh yeah, anybody would pick Brock.
Same thing with Brock
his
Purdy.
resume don't lie. You know what I mean? The resume don't lie.
If we get rid of Brock Purdy, any team would pick him up as a quarterback. You know what I mean?
He just hasn't been. I was gonna say so. I guess if you go back from the Christmas game to now, that's like a full season, and he's like about 500. You know. And a lot of it, but then it goes back to like if you look at it like that, you're not looking at the whole circumstance, right? Some of these games, dude, Kyle Shanahan calls some dumbass fucking games, you know what I mean? And I think it holds Brock Purdy back too. I just mean like it's one of those things, right, where I really don't. I asked you last week about like the whole like 60 million versus 30 million, and you were kind of like, I don't really want to like speculate on it. Now I'm one of the dudes that I'm like, dude, I really hope they don't even. I hope they don't even pay him, bro. Like I hope they just tell him like this. So like, look, Brock. I hope they just say, look, Brock, let's run it back.
I think at this point,
that's the best option.
That's what they're going to do. I think that's why they went ahead.
And then maybe they can get some free agents with saving a little bit more money next year.
I think that's why they went ahead and signed Demo.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. They paid Trent. You
gonna get his jersey? I think that's a good investment, bro. The Amador Lenore jersey, bro. They signed him for a 5-year deal. He's one of the most consistent players on his team, homegrown. They drafted him. We talk about buying jerseys on this, you know, because we talk about how many. Look, you got the 19 jersey, the Hufanga, who might not come back, hasn't played in a while. Greenlaw, we don't know. You don't got the Greenlaw, huh?
But I got the Hufanga. So all my jerseys I got right now, with the exception of Fred Warner, but including Fred Warner, are all fucking IR players.
Bosa.
I got Bosa. I got Warner. I got Hufanga. Ayuk. Who else?
Team's most definitely gonna look different, man.
Fuck, I'm gonna start wearing my old Patrick Willis jersey, my old Joe Montana jersey, my old Navarro Bowman jersey.
Start wearing championship jerseys. My old OJ Simpson, I gotta get one. Yeah, I just really hope they don't. Okay, so defense, bro. At times looks good. At times looks fucking terrible. We know about the injuries. I can't see this defense turning it around for a while, bro.
So let me ask you a question.
Okay. I just wanted to say, like,
so say the season ended today.
Okay.
Season ended today.
Good question.
Draft's a month away.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Just theoretically speaking, it's probably a lot longer than that, but
yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah.
What would you want to go after in the draft?
All right, so I think that
your first pick overall, regardless of
is
what position, what number they're drafting at, you know, whether it be fucking 1 or 32, what would your first pick be right now?
All right, so I'm thinking,
and they were the position you wanted. The best player was available.
yeah. So I'm thinking it's got to be some position on off. And this is why I'm saying this, right? So for the longest time, we had the best top 5 defense in the NFL 5 years in a row, right? We finally seen this defense. So hold on, we finally seen this defense go downward, right? And that's not really the identity of this team anymore. This defense don't have an identity. They lacked will. They lacked any type of like motivation to win this. You know what I mean? Like they just got walked ran on.
The defense don't have identity. It's the team don't have identity. For a long time, the defense was the team's identity.
For the longest time, right? That's what I'm trying to say. So for the longest time, the defense was the team's identity, and I think it'll take longer to fix the defense than it would to fix the offense, right? Because we have a lot of superstars in the offense already.
But what do you think's wrong with the defense?
What do I think's wrong with the defense?
Because I'm not opposed to.
Well, I think the defense.
I'm not opposed to what you said about the offensive line.
Oh no. Okay, so it's a two-pronged front.
My only counter to that is
to change the whole team.
And my only
identity is a two-pronged front. It starts in the trenches.
I'm not even talking about changing.
Yeah.
I'm saying from what we got here, the team you know right now.
Yeah.
What would you go after to make this team better next year in the draft?
Well, I just said about the offensive line.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you asked me, what do I think? How do I think we can fix the defense? And I was going to say,
no, I didn't. You said something about the defense. So
yeah.
I want to get First, you'll go after offensive line.
Yeah.
Now they say you got to have probably a top 15 pick to get a decent offensive lineman.
Well, I'm going to say decent because we got a decent offensive lineman in Purdy in the 3rd, and he's starting. You know what I mean?
And McGlinchey was
a first-round pick. He's still starting in the NFL, you know?
Shit.
He was better than what we got right now.
I don't think so.
McKivitz is by investing in the offensive line, it helps Brock Purdy.
Okay.
Right? So it helps the run game.
So that's round 1. Round 2. What are you going
defensive?
You go after defensive line again in round 2?
And I think I'm going after it depends on what the so there also comes to the question, right, where if obviously, more likely than not, I really hope it's not Brandon Staley. I hope they just move. They're probably going to move on from Nick Sorensen. I don't know. I don't buy into the Salah's coming back. If it is, so be it. Like that'd be cool, I guess. Like from a fan's point of view. But I think maybe the defense also needs a change of scheme. And whether or not that's 4-3, like I don't know if that is what it is. But I think they need more. Dynamic pass rushers, not like a big defensive lineman. We need someone that can, like a linebacker that can blitz, not just cover. Greenlaw's the best tackling linebacker out there. Fred Warner, the best coverage linebacker. We don't have a lot of blitzing safeties. We don't blitz a lot at all. You know what I mean? We need some more dudes that can blitz, linebackers and safeties.
So that's what Steve Wilks is trying.
So I was gonna say if we get like a pass rusher that kind of, but Leonard Floyd, like if he was younger, would be I like that type of pass rusher, like an Alden Smith type pass rusher.
So again, we're going back to change scheme. Shanahan likes the point. That's what.
And he's probably not going to move away from that. But regardless, I think you could just get someone on the outside that kind of has that body type.
But see, with that,
wasn't that Drake Jackson though? And that never worked out. Never worked out.
We still got
49ers IR'd him this year, remember? Before the season started.
So.
But those would be to me, that's the easiest.
I think that's free agents. They're going to pick that up.
Yeah.
And people cut, the roster.
Again, right? So if they don't pay Brock Purdy this season, they have all that money to attack some free agents. You know what I mean?
But at the same time, bro, they're going to go after Jadeveon Clowney.
Something stupid.
You know what I mean? They're going after these old players. Go after somebody, the fucking Panthers. The DM Brian Burns. They should have pursued that dude. You know what I mean? Like he's still young. You know what I mean? He's not an old player.
There's people out there. I just feel like I said, right? Like so, I feel like, but if I was to say, just to stick on the where it's easier to focus on the offense. I don't know. We talked about it a little bit last. I kind of asked you, what do you want the offense to look like? And then you kind of asked me, I said, I think that we should get another tight end where maybe Kittle kind of takes a few snaps.
We've tried that.
Well, I think it's time to move. It's time. It's time for one of those where the offense needs to say, hey, let's get more options. Okay, so if Debo's a decoy, right? And Debo's not there. So let's get more decoys out there. You see what I'm saying?
But we tried that with the one dude that never played for us.
Who the dude that cut?
I think we got it from Jackson or from
Are you talking about Jordan Reed?
Jordan Reed. From
I think he couldn't stay healthy.
And that's the thing, bro. That's the fucking issue with the 49ers, bro, is they don't get players that can stay healthy, that don't pan out. I forget who it is, but there's somebody in the 49ers organization who likes taking chances and drafting players that are coming off an injury. You know what I mean?
Well, they knew Ricky Pearsall was hurt before they drafted him. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. A lot of these players, it goes back to Hardball, bro. They drafted the dude from North Carolina, the DN from North Carolina that was hurt.
Yeah.
Forget his name. Lattimore. Marshawn Lattimore.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? So it's somebody in the organization that wants to take. So what it is it's low risk, high reward. You know what I mean? Like if they pan out, they do. If they don't, they had injury. They were injury prone. You know what I mean? You got something to. Christian, what'd that say?
Right here, I'm gonna share it right here. You got here. Kyle Shanahan said Christian McCaffrey suffered a potentially season-ending PCL injury. David Lombardi states Christian McCaffrey just left the 49ers locker room with crutches and a brace on his right knee. Shanahan said it's a PCL injury. Yeah, it is not looking good for Christian, dude. Let's see if there's anything else coming out here.
But the fucked up thing is Christian McCaffrey's never had any season-ending injuries, any injuries that kept him out for multiple weeks. You know, he's been out for a week, maybe two, and that's it.
Yeah, not seeing too much else. I was hoping to see if there was any of them talking, but apparently not.
So the PCL is the knee.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody's talking.
It's the ligament that keeps the knee and the fucking leg together.
Damn it, motherfuckers. Yeah, it's just a terrible time to be a 49er fan right now.
That's PCL.
And you know what, dude? We're allowed to fucking criticize we're allowed to. That's what fans do. We fucking. And, at the end of the day, I understand, right? Just because you criticize the coach, that doesn't mean you're not a faithful fan. We're still faithful through and through. Just because we don't have a fucking decked out background doesn't mean we're not real fans. We're working on that.
Hey, you don't even know. It's in progress. We're going to have two. I got a spare room I'm setting up. He's got his garage. Right now, we're just using my garage. It is actually decked out, just the weight bench / clothes hanger bench.
So
blocking, I got 49er all-time great.
Here we go. We got Shanahan talking here.
So that's kind of how I look at it. We're not the same team at all. Every team each year is different, but I'm not going to say that this team is the same as last year's team. We're just not fighting as hard. We've got a bunch of different guys out there. We've been trying to find our way since the beginning. Haven't quite found that yet. There's still a lot of season left. We expect to play better, but I'm not going to say that our team doesn't have fight. We're not as good of a team as those past teams.
Yeah, he doesn't. I don't think he realizes what time it is, dude. This dude looks like he's fucking
5 games, bro, and you got these fucking fans thinking with fucking 9% chance to get in the playoffs, you're gonna do it.
You know what he looks? He looks like a bystander, like that just seen a car crash.
He looks like a fucking meth head in San Francisco.
I was gonna say he looks like someone that was buying Fent in a Walmart parking lot and witnessed a robbery, and this is the news asking him what happened. And he's like, "Well, I was over there."
Looks like he's telling somebody, "I'll give you the bike for a sack."
Dude, this dude is literally, I think I told you earlier, is age worse than Biden and Obama, bro.
He looks like somebody that goes into Home Depot and steals tools and sells them fucking.
You know what? He looks like a terrible undercover cop. He looks like he's miserable with his life.
He looks like if he was sitting on a park bench reading a book, I'd buy him a Happy Meal and take it to him. He'd be like, "I don't even want this." Like, "I thought you did."
Hey, he looks
like you needed it.
Hey, Shanahan looks like as if he thought he had to be the mask. He had to be Sourdough Sam as well. Hey, this looks like if he was wearing the fucking mascot. He's all fucking sweaty. How are you sweaty and it's fucking snowing outside, motherfucker? Damn, yeah. Usually, sometimes KBR be the ones that be posting all the.
Yeah, KBR, they don't.
Posting all the clips. Yeah, just that one so far. Whatever. Shanahan don't want to talk to us today, I guess.
But he pulled the Debo.
Yeah,
Pussy off his chest. You're not a coach no more. Take the seat off his
We'll
chest.
have to react to it some other time. We have to plan a couple episodes, bro, for when I get out of here. Hey, for my garage, dude, should I go projector or get a TV? TV?
Not big enough for.
You know, yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
I mean, if you go long ways, it would be, but the way you want to set up the bar.
Did you ever see this guy?
Damn, the kid didn't even. You slammed the kid on the fucking.
That was worse than the Trevor Lawrence hit right there.
That fucking old ass man trying to relive his glory days on some 8-year-old. You fucking.
Showed that one. Check this one out. These dudes are fine. What would you do if you was lifting weights and some big black dude came up, snatched your leg like that?
I'll smack that nigga with a weight.
Raywood? Like, hey, imagine you're fucking laying on the street, bro, and some fucking that's the hit right here.
I hit him with the shoulder, bro.
I'm saying, imagine this. Dude, imagine you're laying on the fucking street, dying, and some dumb bitches recording you, and some random guy comes up and grabs you by the hand. It's like, you're gonna be okay. This dumb bitch is just like, let me record this guy. Fucking eyes are all wide. Fuck Kyle Shanahan. I don't know. This season was a wash, Ray. You got any final thoughts for the fine listeners of the Red and Gold Till I'm Dead and Cold podcast and the 49 Problems? Are the 49ers still a legitimate contender, or are they pretenders? Give us your take.
I don't think they're pretenders. I just don't think they're contenders. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They're
Again,
done.
like I said, I'm a realist. I'm a fan, but I'm a realist. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't see. Again, I'm gonna say, I don't see Shanahan has the testicular fortitude to be able to finish a game or win a game right now.
Yeah.
You know, I really think Chicago's our last chance to win a game, and if we don't beat Chicago, I think we lose out.
Yeah, I don't think the 49ers are winning another game.
I think we
It's over.
lose out. You know what I mean? What's the point in trying to win a division game? You know, we're done playing Seattle. You know what I mean?
It's over, guys.
We're
Looks
not.
like
We could beat LA, but what's that going to do? Seattle's already got first place. It's not going to hurt anything in the division.
you want to go ahead and just make a.
We could beat Arizona, but they're, like I said, it's not going to make any difference. Seattle's got first place in the division. We got a win over Seattle. So if one of them teams beats Seattle, then maybe we got a chance.
You want to make a Super Bowl prediction?
Lions, KC.
Lions, KC. I'm gonna go on. I like to go for the ones that no one sees coming. I don't really like the Eagles.
Niners.
No, I don't like the Eagles, but Green Bay's doing some good shit, bro. They could upset some people in the playoffs.
Nah, thinking.
But I think Buffalo already beat KC. If KC they did
but
in the snow,
we're seeing how fucking the referees are cheating KC, bro. The Raiders should have won that game yesterday. They fucking called a penalty on KC and overturned it to the
Yeah.
Raiders, and
the Raiders lost because that's what the Raiders always do. That's what it was, bro. The Raiders are gonna Raider.
look, man. Aside from being a Niner fan, I'm a fan of the sport. So I think if you look at that shit, bro, the Raiders set that up for fucking.
What happened was it was a false start, and then they changed it to a illegal motion.
Yeah.
And it allowed the Chiefs to deny it.
Yeah.
And that was like to end the game, where they would have got a chance to win.
No, it was to fumble the ball.
Yeah.
So yeah, they would have got a first down off the false start.
Otherwise, it would have been a dead play.
No, they would have had a first down and a new series of plays, but
Yeah.
because they changed it to the Chiefs, they put them in negative yards.
I don't know. I didn't win shit. Well, I won some money today, but I didn't win on my Niner picks. But
At the end of the day, I think it's going to be Lions and Chiefs. You think it's going to be Buffalo?
Buffalo. I'm saying Buffalo and Green Bay. Wild fucking pick.
Buffalo's got the chance to get there.
I really like Baltimore in the AFC too, bro. I like Derrick Henry, but
I just think with the way the referees are cheating for the city, they're going to go.
well, and the only way to do it is just dominate, bro. And if you dominate, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, you're supposed to dominate, bro.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be hard to play in Buffalo no matter what team you are. You know what I mean?
You can't dominate if the referees are fucking helping them.
But at the same time, right? You're watching it live. It's not like they could just dictate everything that happens on the field. If Josh Allen's gonna score
but they could take a fucking
a touchdown away or
Lamar Jackson 60-yard touchdown run and say there was holding on the offensive line. You can call holding on every play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they could dictate it like that.
Yeah. No. I said that last year. I was like, hey, this is the year that the Chiefs won't fucking do shit. They keep barely winning these games. They finally started losing. They barely won in the playoffs. And so and then they ended up winning a Super Bowl. But this year, I finally feel like it's the year the Chiefs will not go all the way. Said that last year.
They got a 3-peat already?
No, they got a 2-peat. They have 3, but they're on 2 in a row.
They're probably get a 3-peat right. They're gonna fucking.
I hope not.
They're gonna
It's the last thing the NFL needs. We do not need that. Anyways, Ray, who got it better than us?
Nobody. Red and gold till I'm dead and cold. Ray J. Garcia.
Problem. We will talk about it. If there's greatness, we will celebrate it. We are lifelong diehard fans of the 49er fan base, and we will continue to be here, bring you guys our brand of 49ers content, our reactions, our fan fucking conversations and discussions and reactions to all this 49er news. Ray, we got to put some stuff together, come up with some fun episodes, maybe do a Henny and Coke Step Bros episode so I can post them while I'm gone in Mexico.
Not only that, if there's a problem, we'll talk about it. If there's a disagreement, discuss it, we'll argue, whatever you want to call it, debate, debacle, we'll do that.
I like that word.
You know what I mean? Because we don't always see eye to eye on everything.
Yeah.
We're fans, you know what I mean? And we have different perspectives.
Sometimes you just gotta let somebody know,
at the end of the day, I think Shanahan's shit.
Yeah.
But I will defend him if I feel like he's being
dealt a bad hand.
Just how do I say it? He does take all the blame, and he does make some stupid decisions, but at the end of the day, he does make some good decisions. He's got us to 2 Super Bowls, 2 championship games in 5 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he as much as we sit here and say he's fucking trash, he's as much gold as he is trash, I guess. You know what I mean? One man's trash is another man's treasure. One man's trash is another man's treasure. So
yeah. But we'll be here next week to watch Caleb Williams and his painted fingernails just destroy us and watch Kyle Shanahan get outcoached by an interim coach.
How do you know Debo don't paint his fingernails?
Debo is probably...
some of them fucking skinny ass, tight ass leather pants.
Debo's going to come out with fucking pigtails and painted fingernails in a tutu and a fucking flashing butt plug next week. Wow. Calling it right here. We out of here.